Hello, and welcome to another video of Tainted Grail. Gonna do a new run, probably say the last NPC and see what happens. Yeah. Um, Probably do the run on a weird hunter. Let's just put it on difficulty 3. Yeah. All he said was to kill yourself at the altar. So I guess we're gonna kill ourselves.
Knowing that you can't die and that you'll be reborn, you cut deep into your flesh in the hope that your sacrifice will at least save this village and its people from the weirdness. Or, if all of your efforts are in vain, because corruption will eventually destroy this world, maybe at least you'll make sure that your friends end up a little bit happier. You feel cold. Then suddenly you hear a voice.
What marvelous work you do here. I'm truly impressed.
Death appears in front of you.
That's exactly what we needed. The things you do here, you see, they help to establish certain parts of the narrative. They're blueprints for how certain things will unfold in the past and in the future. Your original body and mind came here on one of the first ships that reached this island. But let's say you're blacksmith. In your calendar, he won't be born for at least another 400 years. But your work here, well, it will allow him to have a happy ending in his own timeline. Your deeds here make all the difference. Saving people from this corrupted reality and helping them here allows the rest of the world to function. It's too bad that you're stuck here until all of the people here are saved from this reality's corruption.
You're pretty sure Death just laughed.
But it's time to give your friend, the lost soul, his identity back. Don't you think? Treat him well. For his is the greatest mind ever to grace Avalon.
If Death had a face, it would look at you with parental condescension.
No.
You're left alone, back at the feet of the men here.
I think the Lost Soul's King Arthur.
Hello, my friend.
It's strange. He looks the same, yet his eyes have changed. And so has his voice.
I told you we'd meet again. Yes,
Oh.
the last time we met, I was nothing but a memory, wandering between planes of this corrupted reality. But it looks like somebody has given me a new body, and a much younger one than I had before. Or than I'm going to have in the future.
For the first time since you met the lost soul, he smiles broadly.
Thank you. It's the most amazing gift you could have given me. I have my youth back. Well, now, Death must have already told you that your goal is to save everyone in this reality. Just like you did with us here in the village. It won't be easy. It will take time. But we're going to help you any way we can. That's a promise.
Well, that's pretty much the entire game. In order to save the world from corruption, you just save the inhabitants. I've done that. I wonder if there's be more. Oh well. Alright. Let's get a passive.
She look, you did a...
Location maximum damage dealt by 6. That's pretty cool. And I don't ever like the helmet. Actually, that's a cool helmet. I'll probably wear that with the that armor. Sure. Yeah. Alright. Let's go see if we can beat the game. And hit level 20 as the Weird Hunter. Off on an adventure we go. Alright, every hit from deal 1 hit, 75 damage. We'll take the free hit. Hunts use blocks, last 1 additional turn, 20% of your max missing HP whenever victorious. Whenever you play 2 or less cards in your hand, exit. Okay. Unused blocks are saved. And we'll take a draw. There's the boss. Maybe we'll try to speed run. Probably should have activated the block. Oh well. Whoa, first hit. Use lifesteal.
As it doesn't. Was
Oh, I'm getting money from that? Nice. Oof. I'm probably dead here. Well, actually, if I stun him, then I can go ahead. Still dead. Yeah. Well, could have healed, but I don't really like the weird hunter that much. I just gotta get to 20 though. I get that achievement. Now I want to try to beat my high score. Oh, true ending.
you're in the void again. However, this time you realize that you finally fulfilled all of your tasks. You close your eyes and hear a familiar voice.
So, we meet again. How do you feel now that you've accomplished everything I asked of you?
Confused.
And what did you find so confusing? I told you before that stories need structure, and the stories your kind tells itself are very peculiar. This story was supposed to be about you being stuck in an endless loop, fighting the Prince of the Four Dwellers over and over again until the end of time. It was supposed to be a story about repetition, cycles without end, and following pointless objectives that can never be obtained. Your human stories are about heroes beating evil. This was one of these stories. But you dug deeper. The goat helped you to summon a tougher enemy. With that, we move to, let's say, a more symbolic part of this story. You humans never look for context in the stories you hear and tell. Heroes beat evil monsters. Revolutions beat evil kings. And that's it. You never ask the proper questions. What happens the day after the revolution? What caused the monster to become evil in the first place? And could that have been prevented? Your struggle against that foe was merely a symbol of digging deeper into the cause. And once you managed to beat the monster, then you were given your true task. Saving the people you met from the corruption of this reality. Do you think that everyone wanted or needed your help? Some weren't ready. Some weren't in need. Those who were, however, benefited greatly from your actions. Some people you met weren't placed there for you to save. They simply weren't a part of your story. Not everyone can be equally important. And, crucially, you can't be equally important to all. This question, in all of its possible forms, is the one I hear from your kind most often. There's something about humans always searching desperately for points, meanings, and lessons. You look for them everywhere. That is, everywhere except the one place you should be looking. Inside yourselves. And the greatest joke of fate? There's really no inherent meaning in anything you choose to do with your lives. The closest you can get is to simply decide what things mean for yourself. But did you notice a common theme in the stories of the people you met and saved? Did you realize what this world was meant to be? No, it wasn't. Purgatory would require an external system of values, something all of those people should have followed, but failed to. Limbo would be pointless and cruel. Who would waste their time and energy to create such a thing? It was hell. More accurately, it was a lot of different hells all merged into one. Hellish places, created by these people for themselves and only for themselves. Hellish places created by people who didn't have enough love for themselves in their hearts. People who couldn't forgive themselves. What you gave them was your time and your empathy. You listened to their stories and helped them to find inner peace. Without that, they would have been stuck in their own personal hells for all eternity. Exhausted, sad, and tormented by nobody but themselves. Good.
You notice that the empty space around you is brightening a little.
It's up to you alone. This world was created from conflict, war, misunderstandings, greed, and all of the negative feelings your kind like to grasp so tightly in their hearts. This particular place won't cease to exist. Your world was broken and your reality corrupted. This place was made in order to remind you of this, and to show a tiny fraction of the consequences that certain actions might have. However, the memories of how you struggled in order to help all of these people will also become part of this world, along with their gratitude. This place is no longer a dead world full of sorrow and pain. It's a world that you cleansed of corruption. It's a world that shouldn't scare you anymore. A world that holds no secrets from you. You can return whenever you want. It's yours now. A place that you, and you alone, made better through the sheer force of your will. That counts for something, doesn't it?
The voice becomes weaker and weaker. It fades completely until you're left alone in the gradually brightening darkness.
Ooh. Now that's been Tainted Grail. Wow. Pretty fun game. Probably gonna do a lot more videos on it. Get everyone to 20. Try to do some nice damage. We'll still probably post. I'm looking for another game page playing. I do have Biomutant I've been looking into playing, but gotta make sure I stream it properly. It's been lagging a lot lately. Is it on my stream? We're recording even. It's been a nice Tainted Grail series. It's not over. I'll be posting